song to hum along with and sway.
Get your perfect entertaining start to the day.
At 9 a.m. every weekday morning with
Mahima's
Good Morning Bay.
Good morning, Bay. आप सभी लोग हमारे तरफ से एक प्यार भरा नमस्ते.
Namaskar.
Welcome.
Namaskara.
खुश आमदीद.
Assalamualaikum.
सत श्री अकाल.
మీకు అందరికీ వందనము.
जय स्वामी नारायण.
जय श्री कृष्ण.
जय जिनेंद्र.
हमारे इस्माइली भाई बंधुओं को बोल दे या अली मदद.
मौला अली मदद बोलते हैं सारे फीजी बंधुओं को बोलेंगे नीसा बोला बदजान. हम आ गए हैं आपके प्यारे
महिमा के दुलारे myself फालतू रानी और मेरे साथ शामिल हो गए हैं
myself फालतू बाबा बदजान. Oh my God, बदजान, weather outside is so frightful, बदजान. I don't know, Faltani, in the morning it's so scared to venture out. Sometimes you feel like they're going to
frightful?
It is frightful. It's 36, 35 degrees in the morning, Faltani.
I know, it's pretty cold.
To step out is like walking into a freezer. हाँ बदजान, freezer का temperature कभी करीब वहीं भी होता है 20, 25 ऐसा होता है.
Right.
It is very, very cold outside. So you got to stay layered up today for sure, Baljan.
Well, let's wish our Bandhu who's joining us from Michigan, Sally Burton Hoyle, Merry Christmas from us also to you and yours and everybody that you serve. Thank you so much for doing whatever you do. May this beautiful festive season bring on another happy and cheerful new year for all of you.
That reminds me, very true. Merry Christmas to everybody celebrating, and of course, season's greetings to everybody else. But I'll tell you what, Faltwani.
Yeah.
You know, I already feel this kind of thing in my mind already. The Christmas thing feeling already is here.
Yeah.
I really want to just sit down, grab a cup of hot chocolate like what I'm doing right now.
Have a spend.
Roast some of those marshmallows on the fire.
Oh.
Hey, but you know what I realized, Faltwani?
Yeah.
The Christmas traditions, I haven't done something which I really want to do.
What is it?
I've not done my entire life actually, because I'm not from here, right? So chestnuts roasting on an empty flame.
Not empty flame, it's called chestnuts
Whatever.
roasting on an open flame.
Empty or open flame.
Jack Frost.
Yeah, Faltwani, I'm not talking about the song, Faltwani. I'm talking about the actual activity of roasting that chestnut on an open flame.
Yeah.
Have you done that? Have you eaten chestnut?
No.
Neither have I.
No, have I. Neither have I. Actually, you know what? The thing that I've done is drink hot apple cider. I've roasted marshmallows, but I haven't really done the Christmas tradition, you know?
Oh, I've done many more things, Faltwani. Roasted marshmallows and also put the marshmallow between those two, whatever the thins, right? What do you call them? Those biscuits.
Huh.
And then you bite into You know what this Christmas? My to-do list, Faltwani?
Huh.
Roasting chestnut on an open flame.
Oh, wow.
And I'm going to document that to Bandhus to see how it
And
is.
how are you going to do that, Alta Baba?
I'm going to have an open flame. I'm going to try to find chestnut. I'm going to roast it. Simple and plain. And of course, I'm going to roast marshmallows as well. Oh my God. These are things I really want to do. Thanks to popular culture, right? They actually have set these goals for us to do. You know, like, you got to do these things every day. Like, like for instance, for me, every day I have to come on air and I got to give traffic update. How was the plug part already?
Yeah, very
Pretty
nice.
shameless, but here you go. This is your Let's Take a Hal Total Sustenance.
It's time for the Bandu Traffic Update. Call us from wherever you are at 408-912-2479.
Yeah, but wherever you are, give us a call and I'll tell you what's happening on the roads. But no, actually, you can tell us what's happening on the roads because right now what I have is just a view of Bay Area, nothing much. And the Bay Area, of course, is looking like COVID traffic. But Matlab, yes, it is open, wide spaces on freeways. I hope this is the way it is going forward. No, you don't think so, right? You want it to be crowded and everything, Faltwani. I know. But I think we can have a world where we actually can be working, everybody can find a job and still have freeways free.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That'd be so awesome.
That's the way it should be, actually.
The freeways don't have to be entirely free. That's okay.
Why?
But as long as traffic is moving, it's fine.
Okay.
No, because,
No
otherwise,
incidents, yeah.
I get the feeling ki, arey yaar, itna desolate hai, kuch nahi ho raha hai, what is this? I don't like. That's one thing that I really don't like when people are not on outside. And I like the hustle and the bustle of, like, where you can see people doing things.
But now Baljan, she's the busy bee. I'm the one who is like,
what?
totally laid back, kind of the tortoise.
Oh,
walks
really?
around and goes
Oh,
down,
really? You're the tortoise? Tortoise?
Hey, tortoise is the one that has flippers, right? Or is it the turtle which has it?
I have no idea.
Turtle is the one which can walk. It's got claws.
Well,
Tortoise has got.
I got an idea. Let's find one and go ask them.
Good idea, Faltani. Sometimes she comes with wonderful ideas. Faltani, let's do it today.
Yeah.
And let's go, Benja. Let's see what's happening in the roads. Oh my God! By the time we spoke, Faltani, there are 3 incidents already. My goodness. I was so happy that no incidents reported, but right now there is a traffic accident on 101 northbound, north of Ignacio Boulevard in Novato. You wonder what? Novato all the way? Yeah, I have to go searching for incidents, right? Nothing happening in the Bay Area. Come on. And that is also a disabled vehicle on a 580 westbound at the Richmond San Rafael Bridge. Have you ever been to the bridge, Faltoni?
No.
I have. We have actually. We drove past the bridge, Faltoni.
Maybe.
And yes, and next one more thing, which is going to be pretty much in the East Bay, I suppose. Everything over there. 580 actually is in the accident over there near the Estudio Avenue. Oh my God, this is really making me flex my mouth muscles and everything. Estudio.
Okay, Altmama, move on.
Hello.
It does not matter.
Okay, by the time you did that thing, Fatari, one more accident happened very close by. That's why people are paying attention to that, I suppose. Hesperian Boulevard and San Lorenzo. There actually is an accident over there. Watch out for that. And apart from that, Banjan, the Bay Area looking pretty much smooth. No congestion anywhere. This is the holiday season, but if at all you're planning to go on holiday, go on holiday. But try to make sure you stay within your family circles and do not allow the COVID to spread from you to you or whatever it is, right? So you got to be very mindful of that. We're going to share some news about that as well because we are keeping a very close eye on the dashboard of our state and also county as to what's happening with all these things. Yeah, it is still on the rise, Badajan. Positive cases 2% increase since the previous day. You got to be mindful of that. Of course, deaths part of it. Somehow there's kind of a control on that. Only 0.4 people, but still a lot of deaths. The 83 new deaths across California. Due to COVID, especially due to COVID. That's what they're tracking, Mutajan. But please make sure you are social distancing. When I say that, physical distancing, gloves if you can. Wear your mask. The vaccines are around. There are different batches coming to the state. From the state, dispatching is happening in different places. But again, it's not the majority. We still have a shortage of these vaccines, though it's coming in batches, it is coming in. People who are first responders and everybody are the first, I would say the front line, who are there, the front line, they're the ones who are going to be given priority. And then comes on to the other people. We'll get it eventually. They're trying to work on it. Probably by the mid of next year, we'll have it, is what they're saying. But we'll get more news on our news updates for sure. Weather-wise, I told you already, it's a beautiful weather outside. Sunny outside. It's 50 degrees right now. It's going to remain this kind of a range all through the day, actually. Tomorrow, probably we'll have some clouds. And Friday, we're going to have some rain, Bandajan. Little bit of clearing probably on Sunday, Saturday, but again Sunday we're going to back with the rain clouds, gloomy gloom. Well, anyway, don't matter, rain or sunshine, we will always have our, keep the chimneys clean and open so Santa Claus can drop in and drop something into your sock.
Yes.
Very good, Banjan. Right now, let's go ahead and see what's happening with the news for you guys. Faltani, what's happening? What's news today? What's headlines? Or you know what? Just go with the news, Faltani. We just want to know what's happening there.
Well, after months of inaction, the U.S. Congress on Monday approved a $892 billion coronavirus aid package, throwing a lifeline to the nation's pandemic-battered economy after months and months of inaction.
What happened to Nancy Pelosi saying she's not going to sign on anything less than $2 trillion? It was less than $1 billion also.
It didn't happen. I'll tell you, there's more. There's a lot of angst right now that's coming out. While also keeping the federal government funded, they had to keep it funded. President Donald Trump is expected to be signing this package into law. Following days of furious negotiation, both legislative chambers worked deep into the night to pass the bill, worth about $2.3 trillion, including spending for the rest of the fiscal year, with the House of Representatives first approving it, then the Senate following suit several hours later in a bipartisan 92-6 vote.
I'll tell you what, Faltoni, I just read about the fact that this bill actually is 6,000 pages.
Yes.
6,000 pages.
Yeah, almost 6,000 pages. The virus relief bill, actually, what does it include? Well, it includes $600 payments to most Americans as well as...
What?
Yes, that's all. $600 payments to most Americans as well as additional payments to the millions of people thrown out of work during the COVID-19 pandemic, just as a larger round of benefits is due to expire on Saturday. The stimulus package, the first congressionally approved aid since April, comes as the pandemic is accelerating in the United States, infecting more than 214,000 people every day and slowing down economic recovery. Well, what else is in the bill? According to a report done by Times of India, Bandajan, $25 million billion largesse to Pakistan for promoting democracy and gender studies, among other foreign aid items, were tucked into this 5,000-page spending bill.
What?
Yes. It is in this bill, Banjan, that also contains the $900 billion COVID-19 stimulus package. And this has triggered outrage amongst Americans, seething at what they see as congressional indifference to their suffering from the pandemic. Already furious at the modest $600 per individual stimulus check provided for in the stimulus bill, Americans, including some lawmakers and activists, are poring over the $2.3 trillion omnibus spending package passed on Monday and identifying foreign aid they say is unnecessary and wasteful at this time.
I just get $600 per citizen. And, I'll tell you what, in comparison to a particular small country, New Zealand, right? Who also got their whole thing under control.
Yeah.
Right? We are 37 times bigger than New Zealand.
Yeah.
Right? And they gave their people $600 a week to stay at home.
Well, Aldababa, it's a different thing altogether. The two different, it's economies of scale, right?
What? No.
Yeah, it is.
Come on, that's not fair.
Well, regardless, now the outrage is why should you have, first of all, America first is the policy of the Trump administration, right?
GOP.
Yeah, so what they're saying is instead of putting America first, you guys are going and including international
Why would
aid.
you do that? And that too for democracy something.
Yeah, exactly. And it's time for and they say that it's time for those countries to print their own money.
Seriously, it's like, are you saying that they already have passed this bill or still?
They have.
They have passed
They have.
it.
It's
So,
going
no matter
to.
how much you hoo-ha, cry, Bandajan, it's not going to work.
Yeah, no, well, you never know. Trump has to sign it. I don't know what's going to happen there. But either ways, let's tell you, Banjan, that's one of the biggest issues that is being, everywhere. In international media, it's blowing up. I was reading this morning. Let's go on over and let's tell you about coronavirus now. Bandajan, total US COVID-19 cases surpassed 18 million on Tuesday as health officials tried to tamper fears about a new highly transmissible variant of the coronavirus in the United Kingdom. Reports of the new virus variant in England, which prompted a pre-Christmas lockdown and caused dozens of countries to close their borders to British travelers this week, have spurred talks among government officials and mandatory COVID-19 testing for travelers from the UK and a possible quarantine mandate. News of the coronavirus mutation comes as the United States deals with a surge in new infections that is overwhelming hospitals in some states. The latest million cases were recorded in just 6 days, according to a Reuters tally, as COVID-19 fatalities in the United States approach 320,000, the most in the world. Do you have something about the local numbers, Altababa?
It is really disturbing, Faltwani. It's not calmed down at all. We actually have around 2.4 cases, increase in the local cases. So in other words, we are going actually almost on par with what the state is reporting actually. So probably one of the highest reporting part of it. And of course, if you look at the number of the impact of hospital and ICUs, it really is disturbing because there's been an increase of demand for the beds. So almost 6, I think it's dropped right now, and there is a 1.5 increase from previous day.
When you say 1.5, is it a percentage increase?
Percentage increase. So in other words, it will drop to around less than 10%.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's also tell you, Bandajan, drug makers are rushing to test whether vaccines are going to stop this coronavirus variant. BioNTech and Moderna were scrambling to test their COVID-19 vaccines against the new fast-spreading variant of the virus that is raging in Britain, the latest challenge in the breakneck race to curb the pandemic. Ugur Sahin, the chief executive of Germany's BioNTech, which with partner Pfizer took less than a year to get a vaccine approved, said on Tuesday that he needs another 2 weeks to know if his shot can stop the mutant variant of the virus. Moderna is also expecting immunity from its vaccine to protect against the variant and is performing more tests in coming weeks to confirm, the company said in a statement to CNN. Moderna did not immediately respond to Reuters' requests for your comments. So if you want to catch up on that story, it's a developing story still. You can go to mediamahima.com. In the meanwhile, while Britain is really struggling under the ravage of this new variant, the European Union executive threw Britain a lifeline on Tuesday after it became stranded in the COVID-19 isolation, recommending that EU members roll back sweeping border closures to allow freight to resume and let people return home for Christmas. Much of the world shut their borders to Britain after a mutated variant of the novel coronavirus was discovered, spreading swiftly across southern England, halting a chunk of trade with the rest of Europe and leaving truckers stranded. With queues of trucks snaking to the horizon in England and supermarket shelves stripped just days before Christmas, British Prime Minister Boris Johnson scrambled to get French President Emmanuel Macron to lift a ban on freight from Britain. So hopefully that's going to give them some relief. Let's come back to the United States. You remember we talked about the hacking scandal? There's been a major hack and all that, Altu.
Okay, what happened to that? Did they find the hackers?
Well, President Donald Trump has been trying to make it seem like as if it's a Chinese hack, but Bill Barr says it is a Russian hack.
Whoa!
And all signs are pointing to Russia, but nothing, and the Trump administration is hushing this whole thing up. But a U.S. House Intelligence Committee Chairman Adam Schiff on Tuesday asked for a briefing from U.S. agencies about a widespread hack of the U.S. government networks and potential vulnerabilities. Schiff said news about FireEye is especially concerning because reportedly a nation-state actor made off with advanced tools that could help them mount future attacks. FireEye Chief Executive Kevin Mandia said in a CBS interview on Sunday that the hack of the U.S. government networks has genuinely impacted about 50 companies or organizations, apparently. And dozens of email accounts at the U.S. Treasury Department were compromised by the powerful hackers responsible for the wide-ranging espionage campaign against U.S. government agencies, the Office of Senator Ron Wyden said on Monday. In a written statement, Wyden's office said that Senate Finance Committee staff were briefed that the hack of the Treasury Department appears to have been a significant one, the full depth of which isn't still known. So it is a really disconcerting thing, Manujan. They also said that Microsoft notified the agency that dozens of email accounts had been compromised and that the hackers had penetrated systems at the Treasury Departmental Offices Division, which is home to its top officials. Today, a U.S. judge, a Texas-led coalition of 9 states will urge a federal judge to invalidate a program that grants hundreds of thousands of immigrants brought to the United States as children the right to live and work in this country. The states have argued that the program known as DACA, which is the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, was not created lawfully by President Barack Obama in 2012, and the case could upend the lives of nearly 650,000 immigrants who are beneficiaries of the program that protects them from deportation, allows them to work, grants access to driver's licenses, and in some cases improves access to financial aid for education. So that is going to be heard today as well. In the meanwhile, President-elect Joe Biden picks Miguel Cardona as the Secretary of Education as he finalizes his cabinet nominations. And of course, in some business news, Banjan, the European Union is giving a final push in a bid to strike a Brexit trade deal with Britain, the bloc's chief negotiator said on Tuesday. In international news, the Kremlin on Tuesday mocked opposition politician Alexei Navalny and tried to call his sanity into question a day after he said he had tricked a Russian secret agent into disclosing lurid details of a botched plot to kill him. Navalny, one of Vladimir Putin's most outspoken critics, was airlifted to Germany for medical treatment in August after collapsing on a plane in Russia. And they had used this Novichok nerve agent in an attempt to murder him. In fact, Putin went ahead and made this really, really chilling remark. He said, if we wanted to kill him, we would have finished the job.
Oh my God, really?
It's like a typical villain story, right, Altu? Anyway, Ouster Inc., a US startup that has made LiDAR sensors for self-driving cars and smart cities, said on Tuesday that it has agreed to go public through a merger with special purpose acquisition company SBAC Colonnade Acquisition Corp. The deal values San Francisco-based Ouster at about $1.9 billion and makes it the fifth LiDAR manufacturer this year to agree SPAC merger to go public, following on from Velodyne LiDAR Inc., Luminar, Innoviz, and Ava. And also in Apple has come out and said that they are targeting car production by 2024 and they are eyeing next level battery technology according to sources. What is that? You'll have to go to MediaMahima.com. And while we're talking about big tech, Banjan, Google and Facebook have decided to team up against any possible antitrust action which is going to have them broken up.
You know, I'll tell you what is going to happen. Few years down the line, Fadhani, we're not going to have countries.
What do you mean?
We're going to have companies.
Oh, maybe.
We'll have our own company of Facebook. We'll have a whole company of Google.
What about us, man? We'll be lost.
We'll have our own small island somewhere, no?
Yeah.
We'll be radio DVDs. Floating around somewhere here or there.
That'll be interesting. Anyway, in news from India, Banajan, the Congress on Tuesday sought President Ramnath Kovind's intervention for the withdrawal of 3 farm laws and said a memorandum signed by 2 crore farmers would be handed over to him on December 24th by a party delegation led by Rahul Gandhi. The Congress has been supporting farmers' agitation and seeking the withdrawal of the central farm legislations. And also,
so there was a very nice meme I want to share about with people. There was a meme I saw on Facebook, Banajan, Rahul Gandhi holding a plough. It's like, the hull they call it, right? So the pehli baar India mein samasya aur hull ek saath.
That is so mean. Well, anyway, let's also tell you in some other breaking news from India, Banajan, Suzanne Khan, ex-wife of actor Hrithik Roshan, Guru Randhava and Suresh Raina have all been arrested by Mumbai police. They have been booked and then released on bail, I think, right now, because they violated COVID-19 regulations by partying at a club.
Oh my God, really?
Yes, exactly. So if you want to catch up on all these news stories, Manajan, you can go to MediaMahima.com. That's all we have time for on this morning's Good Morning Bay. We will be back tonight live at 5 on the Pam Pam Show. Till then, sochte rahiyega, according to this song from Rock On. Have a terrific Tuesday.